Hi Cancer, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of November 1st through the 7th. We do have a new moon in Scorpio this week. We are in the second week of Scorpio season in the deep fields and the deep waters about devoted love and family patterns and sensuality and a lot of good stuff. So we're going to use beautiful decks to talk about these things. The Thelema Tarot by Renata Lechner, gorgeous deck, and we're going to use the Sacred Earth Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno with the artwork of Leela J. Williams. Beautiful decks to talk about these things, and I'm going to start right in by shuffling the Sacred Earth Oracle for you while I tell you a little bit about what's going on this week. So on the first day of the week, on the 1st, Monday, we do have a beautiful trine between Mercury and Jupiter, and I like this as open-minded conversations and problem solving, building a bridge, that kind of thing. I love that, the expansion, right, of Mercury, the mind. I like it, and conversation. Also, on the 2nd, I want to say the very next day, though, we want to be solving some problems because we've got a square between Mercury and Pluto. Can be a little bit of power struggle, taking a stand, standing up for what we want, asking for what we want, things, standing up for our rights, things like that. So problem solving on that day. Then on the 4th, we have that new moon in Scorpio. This can be a new beginning in the way that you have been feeling about yourself and your life, and it can be pretty deep. And we'll go into that a little bit more later. But it directly opposes Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus is surprising. So I say expect the unexpected. Aha! Cancer, you get a beautiful card. I will show you in just a second. And then, so that would be on the 4th, new moon. The next day, on the 5th, we have Mercury moving into Scorpio. That is also conversation and talking about our feelings, sharing, getting deep with each other. And Venus, the planet of love and money, moves into Capricorn, realizing some financial love issues. So I like that a lot. Looks like a good week. You just got a beautiful card. It is called Brilliance. So Cancer, 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 Cancer. Brilliance. Do you have a brainchild that you are working on? Cancer. Okay. Had to put the Cancer card out so I remember. Okay, I'm going to start shuffling for you, and then I am going to read a few excerpts out of that book, the Sacred Earth Oracle book for the card Brilliance, okay? But while I'm shuffling and laying out your spread today with the Thelema Tarot, if you would, Cancer, settle in with me, right? Take a few relaxing breaths. Oxygenate the brain, bring down the cortisol, which lowers the stress, makes you feel a little bit better. I have shuffled these plenty before the camera was turned on, but I will shuffle a couple more times. That feels really good. All right. A couple falling out there, but hold on, too many. All right, now I am ready to cut the deck. And we'll get moving. All right, Cancer. So, a new moon is a new beginning, and we have them every single month. And the new moon is always in the sign that it's in. So, in other words, Scorpio season is the season we're in. So, the new moon is in Scorpio, right? And then the full moon is in its opposite axis sign. So, that will be Taurus, and that will be coming on the 19th, I believe. Okay, Cancer, so let's see what we're talking about today. Brilliance, first of all. Yeah, okay, Ace of Swords on the table. And the Sun. Wowzers. Something, some idea coming in for you. Love that. Wow, these are powerful cards. We will see what comes out in the reading. Like I look and I can get the gist sometimes, but then I do the reading and, the story unfolds before my eyes. I never really know what's going to come in, and it comes in. Then I need to get the 3 from the bottom of the deck. All Pentacles cards. Interesting. Could have a business idea. Success coming in for you. Let's just see what this might be about. I'm going to take a second to look at this while I take a sip of water. it looks like you should be, if you are not already, making some darn good money soon. It's going to make you feel great, and you know, it looks like a job to me, and looks like you're doing successfully at your job. If you do not work outside of the home and you do things from the home, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you are going to college at home, if you are working on a project, or if you're an artist or anything like that, it looks to me like you're being very, very productive. One way or another, you're being very productive. So maybe you're using your time quite brilliantly, right? That's a potential. I think you're coming from a period where you needed to do some healing. And I think you needed to understand something. That was maybe what was your sticking points. Like you couldn't understand. And I think that's why you were hurt. And it could have been family. It could have been love. We'll see. We'll go through it. But it's been weighing on your heart. Something you haven't been able to really let go of so easily. And you've been trying to get inspired as to how to move now forward from it into just down a better road, okay? Whether it's in a relationship or just making a different choice in life. But you are coming into a beautiful time where you're going to be able to do that, and you will be able to figure it out, it looks like to me. All right, so Cancer, let's go ahead and look in the book and see, read a couple paragraphs from this deck for brilliance. It says, the earthly meaning is an underlying fear of success. What? Okay. New ideas can threaten old ways. So maybe there's a fear of doing things in a new way for you, Cancer. Okay. But positive change respects the past and the future. Put your thinking cap on and brainstorm. Step outside of conformity and well-meaning advice. Creative energy is generated through conversation and play right now. Be prepared for loud applause and the accompanying criticism as well. Experimentation recharges an interest. A sudden realization can bring dramatic change. So really be open-minded, because you don't want to conform too much right now or do things the way you've always done them right now. You may actually have a brilliant brainchild, right? If you're brainstorming, coming up with something that inspires you like never before. An inspirational thought flows into your heart and something new is born. Then you are focused, inspired, and intuitively guided towards success. Much is accomplished with seemingly little effort because the force of love and purpose is on your side. Boy, do I love that. So getting inspired. And I see that. Well, I told you, under the deck, all Pentacles. I'm looking at the Eight of Pentacles, the work that you do. King of Pentacles, the work that you do very, very well. And that you do with, you know, responsibility and dependability. You can be counted on. And this is something you do every day of the week, right? Now, could this be someone in your life? Absolutely. This could be your partner, your long-term partner. And if you work together, then you're doing it very, very well. If you are just working together well as life mates and helpmates, then that's great too. But for most of you, I'm seeing this as just doing really well at whatever work you do, okay? And probably making darn good money as well. If you're going to school, same thing, doing very, very well at school. So if you're freaking out or worrying about tests coming up, that kind of thing, if it's, I don't even know, if it's midterms, I have no idea, maybe. So I wouldn't worry. That's what I'm saying. You will have your brainchild. Brainstorm, think of new innovative ways to make your homework, your paperwork, any papers due, that kind of thing. I'm seeing paperwork shuffled on a desk. And I'm seeing a typewriter. Why am I seeing a typewriter as opposed to a computer? I don't know, but for some of you, okay, so if you're writing, it's gonna come well and you will get your ideas. All right, so we're going to go horizontally, then vertically, then big picture, okay? And you'll see every card. So I'm seeing the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. You've definitely been in a healing process. And you know, you're Cancer, you're a water sign. So right now in Scorpio, you are going to be emotional. There's just no way around that. It's the season for it. And that's a good thing because Scorpio is the deep feelings. And Cancer, you like the cozy feelings, the warm feelings, the, you know, the lovey-dovey things that make you feel right at home, right? All the feelings that we feel in the light part of ourselves. But in the shadow part of ourselves, the deeper feelings, the feelings of hurt and pain and sorrow and grief and remorse and regret, those are harder feelings to allow. We very often shelve those, don't we? And I think right now you might need to take those off the shelf so that you can say goodbye to them for whatever they were about. In other words, you're going to have negative feelings throughout your life. You'll never be cured, okay, of having them. You're a human being that's always going to have good feelings and bad feelings, if you want to call them good and bad, right? But the bottom line is light and shadow. You're always going to have that in life because life is always filled with light and shadow, right? But if you only allow the good and then you shelve the bad, then it gets repressed, right? And very often the only time we do pull them out is during Scorpio season because we need to transmute them, right? Life, death, rebirth. The death has to come before the rebirth. So letting go of feelings about a particular thing, right? You're going to have negative feelings about something, but unless you feel it and get closure on it, you can't quite let it go, and then it breeds resentment. So this is about letting go of whatever this is about, okay? These feelings. Getting your feelings hurt and having trouble letting go of it. But the very next card in this line, I'm sorry, I only showed you 2 out of 3, is the Sun. And when I see the Sun on the table, it reminds me that it usually does hearken to the Sun sign season that we're in, and we are in Scorpio. So yes, in Scorpio season, going through these feelings, allowing them, allowing the catharsis so that we can say goodbye to them, have closure on them, and heal from them, right? And then we wake up and we feel a little brighter. Okay. So allowing your feelings right now, Cancer, is a very, very important exercise for you to do as a water sign because Cancer, you're in a sister season. Scorpio is also water. It's just deeper diving. The next line I have, there's that brainchild, Ace of Swords, 2 of Wands. So getting an idea or a solution, a new beginning, coming up with something that is going to allow you to expand your horizons. It may bring you to a new path in life that you can take, right? And I know readers, we use this kind of language like your path, but really it comes down to choices, right? Everything in life is a choice. So we're talking about a choice that could lead you in a new direction, right? You can see that. And it's something that I think you are going to feel really great about. Here you are in your reading today. This is the center row, and at the center of your reading, I'm seeing this choice. And it's something you want. It's something you want to do. So it's making the choice to do it in the way you want to do it with this Ace of Swords. My idea, the choice I'm making to go down a new road that I really care about, that makes me feel fantastic, makes me feel like me. So in the yang of the suit of water, Cancer, this is you taking action on how you feel by making the decision to walk down that road, okay? So maybe walking away from the sadness and letting something go because you've learned something about it. It grew you, okay? With the Sun here, this is always about growth and abundance, and so this comes above the King of Cups, so there's abundant love here, and it did offer you a way to see life with a new perspective, and it grew you. This could have to do with family, 10 of Cups. It could also just have to do with you feeling really emotionally fulfilled within your group, within the people in your home, in your life, the people you live life with. And this is feeling good and comfortable and happy in and amongst the people you live life with. And getting excited about something with the Page of Wands. Something that you're going to have to, again, juggle, balance, figure out how to spend time and energy doing with the Two of Pentacles. So on the diagonal, I am looking at moving from heartache into making a new choice to figure out how to deal with what you want to do now, okay? And because the Pentacle suit is Earth, it's always about practicality. And, you know, you can see these two pentacles, well, it's faint on this card, but it's always an infinity symbol between the pentacles, this infinity symbol of juggling life, right? We got to work, we got to go home and rest at night, we got to make dinner, we got to get up and eat breakfast, it's just a balancing act, isn't it? Life is a balancing act. And so this is also getting into emotional balance. Now, all of these pentacles under the deck are kind of showing me your modus operandi. Like every day you get up, you work really hard, and because of that you're successful, and you do this every day so you're dependable and you can be counted on. If this is the archetype of your personality in your family, maybe you've been the emotional bridge in your family. Let's go down the vertical and you'll see what I mean. How do you deal with heartbreak in your family or hurt feelings in your family? Do you discuss it? Or do you guys just avoid talking about it, right? Some families avoid talking about the tough stuff, and some families deal with it really well. So which family are you in? Okay, which family do you come from? First, you know, the way you were raised. And what about your family now, the way you do, your household? Do you talk about your feelings? Because that's what I'm seeing here. Maybe that's the aha moment. Maybe that's what you need to brainstorm on. How can I do this differently? That's a new moon in Scorpio. A new way of doing things. About my deep feelings, my painful feelings. Having a new idea about the way I process through them so that I can have a happy life, even though I have heartbreak and difficulty in life just like everybody else. But if I talk about it, then, you know, I can get back to feeling safe and sound among all the people in my life that I love, right? It doesn't have to tear down relationship. It can be worked through conversation or through talking, you know, about it, about how we feel, discussing it, having empathy for each other, working it out, because you have deep value for the longevity, right, in your life. This is what you value in life, that you value for the longevity of your life. And if we're talking about a new moon in Scorpio, new feelings from the down deep, right? A new way of doing things from the down deep, a brilliant new way of coming up with a solution to how do I deal with this in my family or in my household or in my generation. And dealing with it when it's opposed to Uranus, the planet of surprise and change, and even radical change in Taurus, the old way of doing things. How do we infuse this new way of being able to be emotionally more honest with each other so that we can accept each other better, right? I got my feelings hurt. Yeah, me too. Do you want to feel better? Yeah, me too. Okay. Are we okay that we disagree on that? Yeah. Okay, so we good? Yeah. Wouldn't it be so much of a relief if that's how we dealt with our problems with people? Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be amazing? But, you know, it's so much stickier than that because feelings hurt, right? And then that gets in our head. It gets in our head and we think, okay, I'm just going to walk away and go down a whole new road maybe. And I'm going to just do what I want to do. Now this can be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. So what did the Five of Cups feel like for you? can you feel sad or have hurt feelings without feeling completely devastated by it? And then you're just like, okay, well, that was yesterday. Today, now I'm going to go down the new road, and I got to go do this, and I got to be responsible, and I have my values. I've got to be who I am, and I got to get excited about this new thing happening in my life because it's great, right? And yeah, okay, I got my feelings hurt, but I've processed through it. Or do you oh my God, this is, it's months or years. And so you just like walk away, leave the person in the dust, and then think of only yourself. So it's that dichotomy, isn't it? It's how do we deal with our shadow side feelings in a new way that allows for everyone to have their say. Sun, this is enlightenment. This is like, I get it. Boy, oh boy, do I get it. Because I care. I mean, I really care. And I know that, it's not just about what I do, it's about what the other person does. The Two of Pentacles. And how we do it together. It's a rhythm. It's a dance. It's a synergy. We both matter. Right? We all matter. And in order to get along, we have to remember that we value each other. And that in our life story about what we do every single day and doing it well is to remember what we value. This is about what you value. And when you value people and love, the love that you have for those people, you remember the good stuff. You take the good stuff, and the bad stuff you talk about. The bad stuff, you say, wow, okay, I got my feelings hurt, and here's why. I was dealing with this, and you probably didn't understand that. I needed to be heard on this subject because I care deeply about it. It's something I value. So you felt that way. Because that's what you value. Oh, okay. Now we can still have this love, devotion, and to each his own, right? So that may be the way that you see things. Maybe you'll see it in a new way, this new moon in Scorpio. How you deal with your feels and how to do it successfully. And Cancer, you're so good at that. And you're so nurturing and so caring. So trust your heart. And listen to your higher mind. Because it wants to tell you something about how to deal with whatever the situation is about for you. All right? I hope you have a really good new moon. And I will see you next week. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude every single day. Thank you. Bye, Cancer.